And I'd like to say a couple other things. I've been very blessed since I've been mayor. I've had a lot of great people to work with on the city council. Mark Rutherford, Mark Pataska, Irene DeVar, her husband Andy. I'm trying to think who else is here. Chrissy Cheadle's the new one. Yeah. And Mary Paulson, she works in our planning. But the city council's been very good to work with. And as a matter of fact, next Tuesday we're going to swear in our new alderman and our re-elect. And if you get a chance, come in, you meet all the elected officials who basically are my boss and tell me how to run things. We always have a difference of opinion quite a bit, but we work it out. And my staff, or I should say the city staff, you know, for what we do here and what we ask people to do, they reach beyond. And I know each and every one of you that are a business person realize that people are reaching far beyond their scope of work in order to make things work. And the employees of the city have been fantastic for a city of our size to get done what we do. And you know, if you ever get a chance when you see the employees, I know sometimes you're not happy with the police ticket in the car in front of your store or whatever, but sometimes, like with the recent snow, when we had the snow, the fact that we used to see the community get together, what we did on trying to clean off Western Avenue, trying to help things, that's what brings us together. And that atmosphere and that attitude permeates right through our city, all the way down to the employees. And I want to publicly thank them for being employees of the city, because it's not the greatest job around here. But they are great, and they benefit the city. I also like to say that we recently upgraded some things in our 911 center. We now have a state-of-the-art 911 center. We are in the process of finalizing our CAD program, which is computer-aided dispatch, which means we will have as much information on the computer when you call in as we possibly can have. We went to the 800 megahertz system, which means we are countywide accessible to everything throughout the county. If there's a disaster, we can get into access to every kind of communication center. We have the ability now, we are mapping the entire city and the cities that we do dispatch for. We currently dispatch for this Village of Calumet Park, the Village of Posen, the Village of Midlothian, and Blue Island. If we get our full CAD program in, we'll be able to add some more towns, which reduces the cost to the city of Blue Island, but also makes it more efficient for us because of the system that we're implementing. You know, we are trying to bring the city as best we can into the new technology age of where we're at, because that's the future. You know, our management skills have to change based on what we see as information. As we see calls coming in, we just got graffitied over the weekend everywhere in the city. So we're trying to pinpoint projects in areas where we can put more police in different areas at different times based on the information we have. How do we streamline that? How do we put those people, what people do we put where? How do we evaluate what's happening in what area? Sometimes by doing that, you actually find the culprit because he lives pretty close to where he's doing it. And most of the time, they put their name after they tag something. They put their name on it, so it's not that hard to find them. We're going to try to get to a point where we're at City Hall. You can pay your water bill online. We're trying to get all our records online. We're trying to get our zoning ordinance. We're trying to upgrade the zoning ordinance so it's current to what is in today's market, not what was in today's market of 20 years ago. Actually, I take it back 30 years ago because I've been mayor 26, so it was there before I got there. So I just, you know, and as business community, I can't thank you enough for what you do. I mean, some of you businesses have been here longer than I've ever been around. I mean, some are 100 years or plus. And you are the heart and soul of what we do in the future. Our residents need to know that. Our residents need to spend their money in your stores. Unfortunately, sometimes they don't. Unfortunately, sometimes they sit on the internet and buy stuff over the internet. Hopefully we can change that. We can develop some things up on Western Avenue with the arts and the Pavilion Center to get people to come back together. What you are seeing in this town, I'll tell you right now, people are walking a lot more, and they're walking all over town, and the neighborhoods are coming more vibrant. They have changed in the demographics, but the heart and soul of the community is the same. It's people helping people. It's people living together, working together, trying to make a better life for them and their family. And with that, I'm going to answer any questions you might have in regards to anything. Come on, yes, ma'am.
Are you sure it's a part-time job?
That's what they tell me. That's what they tell me. George.
What's the most immediate project that's going to happen in Blue Island that you could refer to? What's coming up very, very soon?
You had to bring that up, right?
I'm sorry.
Okay. I let it out the back. I'm hoping that within the next 30 days, the Jewel property is sold, and we have a massive project happening within the next 60 days on that site, which would help with what Larry and them did on 127th, their store. We're going to carry that theme all the way through, across, all the way to Vincennes. And then some of the other projects that I mentioned, we're very, with the TIF and the hospital, working very closely with the hospital on how to develop some programs around the hospital, fix up the facility around the hospital, move some parking, and do some things around the train station, because the TOD area, the train station area, there's only 2 spots in Cook County that have the train access that we have. Here in Blue Island and in Evanston. That's the only place in the county that has that. And we have to capitalize on it. And we have to capitalize on the fact that our housing market is one of the better markets. And I was telling some people earlier, in my 26 years, and I've been through the point when I first got elected, all my friends were still here, and then they had to move for better schools or for whatever. They moved. Now I'm getting calls of people saying, how do I get back into town? I can't afford to live where I live. My kids can't go. I'm going to a public school, but it's costing me $600 for books. It's costing me this for transportation. I can't afford it. And they're mortgage. They can come in here and buy homes, and they find out once they get here, they like it again. It's like a family again. You know your neighbors. You can walk around. You can see people. You can go uptown. You can go walk up to the hospital if you want to have dinner. Or you can come to the Salvation Army and exercise, or come here and meet the seniors and do things. It's here. The other thing I'd like to bring, about 60% of our high school kids walk to school. I mean, if you go by in the morning, you'll see them. They're all walking to school. That's a big plus. Remember that scene, our kids walk to school. You got that? Okay. When you ask me, George, what one project? There's about 6 major projects that are right there. It's just a matter of something popping. And they're all working hard. In today's economy, some of it is a matter of trying to find the right financing, trying to find the right clientele, trying to find the right incentives involved. Here's another thing the state's doing. The state's playing a game with our TIFs, which is a tax increment finance system, which is the only tool most towns have to solicit somebody to come here rather than go to Will County, Lake County, Indiana, or out of state. And they want to take that away from us. And it's like, what are you guys... Never mind. I'm not even going to go. I mean, it's just hard to realize what's going on in Springfield. And I think if you talk to any mayor around, it's that way. And think of it. I've been mayor 26 years. I was an alderman for 4. For those 30 years, all I've heard is about school funding. We need to change school funding. And there's always a program out there, and it's never voted on. It doesn't make sense. It's not rocket science. It's simple. We got to live within our means. Towns are trying to do it. If you're in Cook County, our property taxes are collected 2 years after we levy. So we're trying to live off a budget that was estimated then, and fuel costs have changed so much now. I got squad cars, 5 squad cars or 4 squad cars a day driving 30, 45, 50 miles a night, if not more. That fuel, it's huge what it's costing towns.
Buying a scooter.
Yeah. I got those too. I really appreciate the opportunity to be before you. I try to do my best. Our staff tries to do its best, but you got to keep pushing us. That's the nature of what we are. If you don't push us, we kind of get lax. We're human. We're human. But we want to work with you, and we want to make this town, as I told CMAP, and I'll tell them again, this is the future. This island, this little blue island, is the future of what urban America is going to have to be. And I think I've told everybody this. In the continental United States, there is no other town or community named Blue Island. We are the only one in the continental United States. We're unique. Any other questions? Really? It scared you all that much? I appreciate the opportunity. Again, we need to work together because we can. The stars are ours to reach if we want to do it together. Thank you very much and have a good day. God bless.